And welcome back. Picking where we left off last time in Terra Invicta. Sorry for the bit of a abrupt ending to the last episode. Should have been yesterday. I got called away to do a little bit of wound care, so I had to take a break very rapidly. So in Terra Invicta, we just went ahead and took over Ping Yao Station from the servants. We're gonna get this upgraded into a shipyard. At which point this fleet will repair and rearm at that shipyard. And then we'll probably start actually converting it to making more ships. So that was an alien fleet that came into orbit. I wonder if that is replacement to the abducting fleet. Probably is. Fleet. Alien abductions. No, land army. Okay. I've probably already missed the window to intercept that. I probably would have had to move on it sooner. We can still try. Expectation is failure, but we will try. We'll arrive in 3.1 hours. We'll see if we can intercept. Otherwise, it's going to attempt the landing. Well, it's not going to attempt to land, it's going to land. We've probably missed the mark to stop the landing. And then depending on where it lands, depends upon if we can send the Americans after it. If we can send the Americans after it, it's
standing by.
landing would fit. But that's not necessarily a low bar, right?
I will try to sway the public.
Where to?
Let's see if we can find some of the factions we haven't chatted up recently.
Where do you need me?
Okay.
Eyes on target.
Let's cycle and see if we do intercept. Where the landing completes. We do. We engage. We auto-resolve. We actually successfully stop the landing in orbit, so it does not land. Fleet takes some damage, so hopefully it can get back and repaired before it gets retaliated against. Fleet will begin repairs. We'll take to the 4th of October, so it should actually be repaired fairly quickly. Do a quick resupply run. Make sure the ammo is full, and it is. There we go. That's actually off to a real good start. We have successfully prevented a landing in Earth. Oops. Back to game. Don't know how I brought that menu up. I think I just hit the spacebar, but... Okay, investigate counselor mission. We have found a member of the Project Exodus, so we'll say hello to them next turn.
Surveillance complete.
And that's a Humanity First guy, so we want to keep looking. Chatted the Humanity First recently, they didn't have anything we want from them.
Public sentiment is increasingly with us.
Target secured.
Killed another base. Yeah, I think our space presence is getting bigger and stronger and far more effective. Okay, how is our construction going? We have stuff being produced on Earth, stuff being produced at the Lagrange point, and stuff. Technically, we don't actually have anything don't have anything being made at Mars. But really, I'm not too worried about the Mars orbitals. We're fixing, well, rebuilding one, and once that's rebuilt, that'll be fine. Yeah, not too worried about the Mars ones. As long as I got one Mars one up with the fleet headed, I think we'll be fine at Mars. Once we got it built with the point defense up, we'll probably send the Mars fleet out to go poke the alien base on the moon, the Martian moon.
Heading to the LZ.
Reporting in.
So it's a crackdown likelihood 6% that we can crank up to 59%. Yeah, we'll give him one more turn to do public opinion boosting. We'll go ahead and say hi. Actually, no, you're not gonna go say. You're gonna go see if you can find resistance member.
Eyes on the target.
And our less
Ready for my
espionage
mission.
specialized guy is gonna go say hi to Exodus.
Reaching out.
Reaching out, say hi. Working on plasma weapons. Plasma weapons is definitely something we could swap to, I think, from a gunnery standpoint. But I think we're going to try to maybe either stick with coil guns or laser weapons. We'll see.
Making contact.
If you wish to spend your days squabbling over resources, so be it.
We could move to intelligence sharing here. We're not going to, because we're going to piss them off when we take over that point. We are planning on taking that point over. Molten salt heat sinks, automated solar collector. I think our discovery just lets you know about them, right? So some things like improved coil cannon, like, yeah, we could skip normal coil cannon. That makes sense. You might actually want that, or improved rail cannon. In fact, actually, I will. Let's actually trade for improved rail cannon. That makes sense. But most of these are like automated solar collector. Yeah, probably have that already as an option. So it's not actually giving me really anything. Okay, that's a fair trade. Okay, so at this point we just need to want it to be a good or generous trade. We need to give them some money. 1,000. Can we get below 1,000? Yes. Yeah, 300. That'll work.
Lend in my expertise, offering counsel.
Can I really put a point defense array instead of... You have the power. Upgrade that to player defense.
I have new information.
Initiate counselor mission. Find another humanity first guy.
Public opinion is moving in our direction.
Okay, that's for the base we just fixed at Mars. Kepler station. It's gonna need the power sorted first. Right, so we need to wait until the 30th of November to get the power online for those shipyards. So those were upgrades, so they built faster than normal. Basically what just happened there. Ship launched. This is the new fleet being produced. So we don't want... we actually want them to join this one. Keep the numbers low. This is Earth Luna. Earth Luna is actually going to join the fleet already at Earth Luna. It's now up to 12 ships. Turkey, no. Soaring Guarding Station has had another fleet arrive
The
at it.
LZ is secure.
The Scary Station is still a fairly scary station.
standing by for orders.
Then we haven't found another alien base, so you're just gonna go burn something possible
Gear
in
up.
China or USA or
Your
something.
orders?
Ours related. Okay, and then you. What's a crackdown probability? 1%. So it's actually in theory dropped. Yeah, I think that must have been over command from something or control from something else. We have no leads on the resistance at all. So
We'll see what they're up to. Where to?
You know, let's do a surveil location, see if the resistance is actually in.
Initiating
in Mexico.
recon.
Looks like during the next cycle we'll complete plasma weapons and be able to sign the next tech project, global tech project. We have completed Greater India. So it's going to be fairly expensive, but we suppose we can move into Greater United North America. Next one of that type.
Surveilling target area.
Offering assistance. Offering support.
There is nothing we humans will not turn into a weapon if we can. Each fresh discovery we make only speeds us closer to destruction. Commissioner Kiran Banerjee, blood money.
Yep, the Protectorate saying weapons, everything's got to be turned into weapons. Humans can't be trusted not to turn things into weapons. And they're like, yeah, we're the corporate people. We like getting paid to turn things into weapons. Okay, so I think we need to do particle beam to go neutronics to go into the fusion we want. So this should be what we go up. This is a surprisingly cheap tech, so this should complete pretty quickly. In fact, out of the 3 that we're working on, it should complete first, even though it's brand new. Okay. Plasma cannon project. We'll set that as a favorite, so that we have it at the top. Space Defense is online in New Delhi. So the capital of India is protected
Surveillance
from
complete.
orbital bombardment now. So let's see what regions.
We've moved the needle.
So we can move in things like Pakistan and stuff. So we might try to start expanding India next. Will involve maybe poking some of the neighbors, which isn't the best. Oh, Afghanistan has India core now, so you probably
Score 1 for the
take
good
advantage of
guys.
these cracked down places and take them over. Okay, so I think that now means that you should be able to do a repair and resupply mission. Hey, take me there. It's India 159 no longer needs to be carrying out garrison duty on that spot. So we don't care about the resistance fleet there. We do not want the aliens to have a base here. So it is time to come destroy an alien base. Please take us to Demos. Arrives in just under a day. So we got a 75% chance to successfully assault the base. So do it. St. Augustine base being assaulted. Actually, no, this is the protected, not the aliens. But yeah, we don't want these guys to have bases out here. Actually, this is probably aliens. It'd probably be more fortified. St. Augustine base captured by the initiative. Let's fly in and see how badly the base is damaged. So we got a mine. Tier 2 mine, Tier 2 hub. Obviously, we're going to have to put some fission out here. I'm not going to run shipyards on the ground, so the shipyards are going to get overridden. I'm apparently doing space science labs here. That was your fission reactor array. Okay, so we blew up the reactor arrays when coming in. That's... and the solar collectors. Okay. So we've got the skunk works over the existing shipyard. I'm going to put the lab over the other one. What's our lowest science multiplier? Energy or space? Well, those are space, so we'll upgrade the 3 existing space and we'll do energy. Oh, we're going to want to farm, so let's pop a farm in. Fission reactor array. Space. I think we'll need 35 for that. Might not be showing that already in the math up here. Yeah, it's not showing the 36 up there in the math. Okay, so we need 36 to power this on. Surplus over what the plus 49 is saying. Okay, so technically I could leave this one broken. And we should come to a balanced budget. Or I've got 19 power left. I think that's really cheap on power. Looks like a no. Well, level 1 stuff would, I suppose. Yeah, we'll leave this as and we'll see how it comes back online. Should come back online at this point. At which point, we want you to go back to Mars, back to one of the stations for a resupply refuel. Okay, now we're back to doing stuff on Earth.
What's the up?
Still 1%, yeah, okay. Could get up to 15%, but no. So we got Bangladesh that we could add, Pakistan, or Afghanistan, Myanmar, Nepal, Bhutan, I think that's still Myanmar, Sri Lanka, which is Sri Lanka, okay. I think that's Pakistan or Baluchistan. Okay. Place we could take off of China, which is not happening. And Rakatan States, which is islands, I think. Sure, with the Rakatan States. Okay. So the best one to probably move into would be this one. Granted, it does appear to be at war with someone. Probably United States. Yeah, so that's Eurasian Union Protectorate coming in. Oh, clearing out alien assets. Okay. So we can probably go ahead and do a double. Well, we got to do one purge and the other, so probably actually send you around just to go find people over the month. See if you can find a member of. I was about to say find a member of the Resistance, but we're not finding any of those. Okay, so just go spy on the alien.
Eyes on the target. At your service.
You, who are going to be incredibly overkill for this, is going to purge the first Afghanistan point.
Terminating the opposition.
Standing by. We're going in.
Okay. 14 points, you've got 31, so you can actually grab 2 sets. We don't really want famous. We could save up for Chief Military Scientist, I suppose. Which would be... Actually, we'll save up Chief Military Scientist. Yeah, because it's going to provide science, and that was what I was going to do, I was going to invest in science. So we'll save up for more science then. Different source of science. You probably want command. Security? Security, and then we want to save it for Untouchable, which is going to be expensive. Professor here. Which state is your... Yeah, it's an African state. Not important. Not going to revamp any of the state then. Security's a little low, so you might want to raise your security. We'll go with command. We'll make you better fire first, or advisor first. Okay, we've been around. Did the whole loop.
Offering support. Offering counsel.
Okay, fleets repaired. All of them are docked and or some version of construction at the moment. So we're not doing any construction at Mars. Luna is doing its thing. Well, the Lagrange point is doing its thing, and Earth is doing its thing. So technically I have the Amelia Earhart fleet I could send out if any aliens are doing any active missions. No. 8 ships at that station, 64 ships. So you're at a station. In fact, I think they're at the better defended station. These are a bunch of battleships and dreadnoughts and stuff like that. That's not going to be fun to charge.
Person of interest surveilled.
Proved knowledge is uniform Alpha 16.
From gigantic atom smashers to household television.
Sadly, we lost our control there. So they picked, instead of picking the one I need to go for our engines, they picked the one we need to go for the rings. Which is fine, we were going to want to do that eventually anyway, it's just... I wanted my space engine instead of my tier 3. Well, this is the prerequisite for the tier 3, so either way, it's the prerequisite for a thing I want. So yeah, I'll accept that. That's out of all the choices they could have picked, that was like the least bad one. That wasn't the one I wanted.
The people will come to our side.
by the numbers.
Alien facility detected in the Talon region. Completing construction of a bunch of stuff in low Earth orbit, including one of the shipyards. Is it all powered? Yes. So it is functional, even though one of the shipyards and the administrative tower and such are not operational. So that does mean that the fleet that is there, which I think is via 63, can now undergo its repair and resupply. Order.
We're in control here.
It also, in theory, means we could accelerate construction. Because now we have 2 bases in Earth orbit that can do construction. Fleets. Academy has surpassed the initiative. Okay, so they're showing off that if I'm only doing a 1-peg investment, they can over-invest in comparison to me. I may just accept that's expectation. Ship launched. Okay, join 45. Building up Earth Fleet 3. At some point we might merge up all the Earth fleets to go after those space stations. Be a bit risky putting a lot of eggs in one basket, but...
Taking it to them.
Ready to go.
Mission control, warfare, unity, funding. We'll do some knowledge as well. Okay. Purger, go in, purge the last remaining point. Give us full control
We're
of
taking
Afghanistan.
power.
At which point we'll then start to make America and Afghanistan better buddies. India has grown so much it's now a 6-point location instead of a 5-point location.
Offering assistance.
Victor 447 has arrived at low Mars orbit. What it's doing there, we are not
We've got
sure.
some intel on our target.
Coming to Kremlin Station. I don't know if that's where we have our fleet. Don't think it's where our fleet is. I think our fleet's at the other station. We'll try a sortie. Oh, I may have just screwed up and allowed it to get to my station unmolested. Because I'm not at the other station, and I think that's where they're going. Oh, unless our fleet didn't go. Yeah, okay. I lost the station because I screwed up. Well, I now need a new orbital Around Mars. Okay, there's a territorial defense battalions. So that's a 5% boost to military investments. We'll do full spectrum combined arms to buff another 5%. Okay, so here we're gonna want... This is, I suppose, is basically a shipyard station, right? So, fission reactor, shipyard, fission reactor, and a farm. Fission reactor, shipyard. And if we can get it to work, we'll do skunk works. A fission reactor. And then we want a lab and probably point defense if we fit in the remaining power. Yeah. Our worst science is energy right now, so we'll do an energy research center. Yeah, an energy research center. Okay, so as long as they don't go blow that station up, we'll have a station in Mars. This is what we want.
Public sentiment
So now,
is
in
increasing
theory,
with us.
at that station. Yeah, at the station we're building, which should help to protect the station from retaliation. Launches for Demos parking orbit. Yeah, I have a feeling that our stolen base in Demos is about to be bombarded. Yeah. Manufacturer is gone.
Target destroyed.
Fine. There goes the whole base. Or actually, that was the mine?
Our
Taking their sweet
associates
time
are
blowing that
now
base
in
up.
charge.
Okay, there goes the Oxine base. Destroyed by bombardment. Okay. So you're gonna keep virgin stuff, getting us exotics if possible.
Gear up.
Ready for my mission.
You can keep running around doing purges. We're getting decently high here. We
Ready.
can try the risk. Yeah, 2%. No, I want to be a little bit better than 2%. How difficult would be 4%? Okay. Let's just do a defend interest in Afghanistan. Afghanistan's pretty
Protecting our interests.
vulnerable
What's the op?
to outside influences.
Setting a watch.
One thing that will make our click, I suppose, more stable would be to merge China and Taiwan again. Do a peaceful unification of the two. Because then America and China no longer have to be rivals of each other. So I think they're about to do orbital bombardment of my stations. Let's sortie try to stop that. And we successfully sortied to stop that. Bit of a shame that what we're now finding out is that that fleet had no exotics in it. We can get back to... I was about to say get back to your refueling site, but the refueling site can't refuel you yet. But get up back there anyway. Okay. You arrived at the station, providing some defense to the station.
Making things safe for our people. Initiating surveillance.
I will help them.
We've completed exotic hybrid systems. We've been investing things that cost 10k and provide 5% military, so let's grab this as well. One thing we would like to do is improve the military value of our armies. So, transit to 4.6. Not doing so in Japan because we don't know expeditionary armies in Japan. Americans up to 4.7. What is the highest in the world? Oh, it's not going to tell me necessarily. The maximum Militech allowed for this nation currently is 9. So, we could be a lot better. Each 10th of a point represents 10% improvement in combat capability. Okay. Doko. My Japanese is not great. So I think we got one last place in Japan to build space defenses.
Public opinion is moving in our direction.
And then our sustainability is still capped at like 4.3, so we got a lot of sustainability opportunity. Ultraviolet phaser cannons. We'll set as a favorite. We're not going to develop those right away, because those almost certainly require exotics. Phaser batteries we may. Phaser batteries I think may be installed for free on your point defenses. Probe arrives. Comet Levy 1. Got a lot of water, but we're not going to set a base up like that just for water, I think. We're not that desperate for water.
Our atoms do not truly
There's
touch
our
one
magnetic nozzles. We want neutronics now. And that's because the neutronics is the prerequisite for the tritium fission, and it's the one we're missing. So we complete that, and then that will allow some of our fusion-style engines to work. And then we're really going to be interested in getting aerospace future done, which we've already... The other people have picked for us already. So we can get into ring habs and colony habs. I suppose we could then also work towards antimatter weapons. Maybe. Depends on how well antimatter torpedoes compare to our current missiles.
Falling back.
Oh, he failed to overrun the alien base. Interesting that we found him in Dublin. You just been stuck in the UK for this entire time? No, 16. We've been tracking 16. Has definitely been outside. So you figured out how to get to places. Oh, I think technically it's a servant tech that allows them to fly around. So the servants have probably researched the required tech for the aliens to transit the globe on planes. Crackdown chance, still 1%. We're not getting better, apparently. Could move after their points in Myanmar. Or we just go investigate those aliens, which I think is what we're going to do. Investigate alien.
I'm here.
Investigate alien.
We'll see what we can
alien
find.
activity, and same over here.
Ready to
alien
go.
activity. Get our
It is
Xeno
there
research
now.
speed bonuses. Okay, and looking at the time, this is where I'm going to go ahead and put the part break. So if you're watching on YouTube, I hope you have been enjoying. There will probably be a part up tomorrow. In fact, I think earlier in the stream, I think I said I was going to record 4 parts. I think I'm going to change my mind, and everything's being so interesting at the moment, I think I'm going to record a 5th part. So again, if you're watching on YouTube, there probably will be a part up tomorrow. So feel free to check in tomorrow. If you're watching on Twitch, feel free to hang around, because I've just decided I'm going to go for a 5th part. So after a short break, I'm going to start recording that 5th part. So until the next part, wish you all the best of luck and a good time. Catch you all in the next part. Bye for now.